Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 0 of the SafeTea podcast. I wanted to hop on here before we started dropping all the sexy, sizzling episodes and give you a little bit of background and context to what SafeTea is and why I started this podcast. Honestly, it took me almost 37 years to really be comfortable with myself and step into my authentic truth. And I just don't want that for anyone else. Growing up, there was zero queer Muslim representation. Let me tell you, I didn't see it. Okay, and let's be real. I know all of you were there. Okay, there were a lot of queer Muslims queering it up, but nobody was public about it. I had no role model to look up to. Forget brown representation on screen, and people watching this who know me or people who are just discovering me, maybe, look at my Instagram or have known me as this really happy person that's always been so loud and unapologetic and outgoing. Let me tell you, for the first 3 decades of my life, probably a lot of that was an act. And that was a big part of my journey. At 35, I really had achieved that acceptance with my friends, with my workplace. I was openly, I say it in quotes because I was openly gay, but really when I went home, I still had to hide who I really was. And I realized that was the last frontier. And I think this is so important because a lot of people, there's this conversation around coming out and do you need to come out? Do you need to declare an identity? There's both sides, right? You can be everything and why do we need a label and blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you, until I came out to my parents officially, not me being like, oh, I think they know, let's just gloss over it. They have an idea. Don't they see my Instagram? Look at me. I'm so fabulous. They know. Until I had the conversation with them, I have never felt more free in my life. Coming out, I think for me, was really necessary. It gave me freedom. But, at the end of the day, you don't have to have that. You just have to accept yourself. So I came up with this framework of what safety actually means. But in my opinion, until you achieve this level of safety, I truly don't believe you can step into your identity. And what the safety framework is, 2 parts. So safe and then T-E-A, yes. And we do spill some of the T. So the safe part is seen, accepted, free, and empowered. Yes, there's physical safety, physical, emotional safety, like making sure you're safe and no one's hurting you physically, but that emotional safety, that really deep understanding until you really can be seen not just by everyone else, but by yourself. You have to see yourself, who you really are. And until you feel accepted, again, not by everyone and by society, but accepted by you. You have to accept yourself first, and then the world will accept you. You really can feel freedom, and freedom from constraints of society, freedom from your family, from your parents, from anything, any judgments you have on yourself. And then you really feel empowered to do what you really were brought here on this earth to do, whatever that is. Writing, acting, creating, influencing, being a fashion designer, whatever it might be. And once you achieve that safe, you then have the responsibility. And this is why I'm doing this podcast. I feel it is my responsibility to pay it forward and transform, elevate, and affirm the communities that I represent, the communities that I love, which is the whole world. We have to pay it forward. All of us have an obligation and a duty, in my opinion, that once we have achieved a certain level of safety, we have to bring others up with us. And I know everyone's journey is so unique and special, but I wanted to create a space for us to have these conversations. Because, we talk about coming out and coming out in sexuality. There's coming out in career, right? Telling our brown parents, we don't want to be a doctor, we don't want to be a lawyer. So another aspect of this podcast is pushing towards all of your dreams and feeling safe in pursuing the craziest dreams and desires. For me, first of all, I never thought that I would own an award-winning marketing communications agency that was built in New York City, the city of fucking dreams and grit, from $0 to such an amazing, amazing community and representing some of the biggest brands in the world. I never thought that was possible. But as I'm sort of entering this new decade, I'll be turning 40 soon. I have so many other dreams and passions and desires. A lot of them are driven by purpose, by inspiring, which is part of why I'm doing this podcast, inspire others, to allow them to see what I've done, to let them know it is possible. Now I have my first movie coming out at Tribeca Festival. I mean, it's wild to me. And also in the movie, amazingly enough, in my first lead role and also in my first role producing, I play a queer Muslim character. I wish my younger self had this podcast. We didn't have that when I was young. We didn't really even have, I don't think we even really had YouTube. It was like the beginning of like MySpace. So if my younger self had the ability to listen to this podcast, I think I would want him to know that you're going to make it and that everything is going to work out, and just have certainty and let go of fear. So much of what holds us back is fear and doubt. And if we can just let go of that, know that in the end, we're going to have countless challenges. Okay. Shit even happens to me every day. How do we deal with those on a daily basis? I do also have meditation sometimes where I talk to my younger self. It's really emotional where it's sort of, I imagine kind of taking a walk with my younger self, or we're sitting on a park bench talking, or I'm healing this inner child and embracing my younger self and being like, look, we made it. We survived. And so, sorry, I'm getting really emotional. I mean, this is good for people to see because, I've thought about killing myself so many times. So the fact that I'm here and being able to pursue this is really important. So I want you all to know that it's not easy, but I'm here. Podcasts are a space that I turn to when I'm feeling really low or going through a challenge, navigating something really difficult, and they get me through those times. It's funny how they appear, it's like the algorithm knows what you need even emotionally. So that's what we're creating here, a safe space that you can come to every week and you can tune in and listen to really interesting people, have really real conversations, and also laugh with us and cry with us and get updates on pop culture too. People drop some shit that you've never heard about them before because they feel comfortable in this space. They know that the audience, you listening, are listening with open hearts and minds. Bottom line is you want to come to a space that's safe and fun. And that's what we're creating for you here. I want you to hear these stories. I want you to reach out, DM me, DM our guests. You want to learn from them. You want to be inspired in your own journeys. And that's what we're here for. Make sure to follow us at the SafeTea and subscribe to us on YouTube or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. You do not want to miss these episodes. I'm Akbar Hamid, and I'll see you soon, but only if you subscribe and follow. So follow.